So by now, I'm sure that most of you are already aware that we are now way past the Bitcoin halving date. And the question we all have in mind right now is, where is the pump that they have promised for the halving date? Where is the promised pump? Because people have been saying that, oh, during the halving, we would see Bitcoin skyrocket towards the upside. But at the moment right now, we are not seeing any of that happen at all, which is pretty crazy right now. It's pretty boring. We are all getting kind of impatient right now, and that is why in this video I've got two scenarios to present to you guys right now, which I believe one of them could happen in the next couple of weeks. And you must pay close attention right now, because this could be one of the most important videos you have ever watched in this day. So yeah, we will be primarily focusing on the longer weekly time frames for this, and I will try my best to get straight to the point while keeping this video as short as possible. So as you guys can see right here, we have laid out two scenarios. We have scenario 1 and we have scenario 2 for the Bitcoin weekly time frame. Now, scenario 1 is the more optimistic expectation I have for Bitcoin, while scenario 2 is the more bearish scenario for Bitcoin. You guys can see we have marked them by their respective colors. The green arrow is the more bullish one, and the red one is the more bearish one. The reason why Bitcoin is not pumping right now is because, let me just make this clear, Bitcoin has pumped so much for the past couple of months. So it is completely normal to see Bitcoin have cool off such as this we're having right now. Previously, you guys can see Bitcoin had this pump towards the upside during October of 2023. And then right after that, we had a face off moving sideways, or a cool down phase before the next leg towards the upside. So this is what I think is happening right now for Bitcoin. After this insane move towards the upside, we are right now in a phase of having a cool down before the next leg towards the upside. But right now, you guys can see that we have marked the key levels to look out for. We have this other blue zone right here, which is resistance, and another blue zone right here, which is going to be acting as support. So what I see happening for Bitcoin in the next couple of weeks is we may see Bitcoin still continue to move sideways and continue to essentially put out this boring price action. So scenario 1 is we may see Bitcoin continue to move sideways, respecting support and resistance, before eventually having a break above this resistance zone. And this is the ultimate confirmation that we are waiting for right now. We must see Bitcoin successfully break above this resistance zone, or above this previous swing high right here, because once we do see Bitcoin start to do that and flip that to support, that would be the most bullish confirmation ever. And that would potentially signify that we could see Bitcoin continue the move, or the pump, or the rally towards the upside. So yeah, that is scenario 1. Scenario 1 is in the next couple of weeks, we may see Bitcoin continue to move sideways between this range from around $69,000 until $58,000. This is the range I am looking out for Bitcoin for scenario 1. Again, scenario 1 is we may be expecting Bitcoin to move within this range between 69,000 and 58,000, because this is in between two major support and resistance levels. But now let's focus on scenario 2. Now scenario 2 is the more bearish scenario, which could be very bad for our altcoins. Now, if you're really heavy into altcoins right now, if you have invested heavily into altcoins, I'm sure that you have already seen what has happened to our altcoin portfolios once Bitcoin did this short, or this little dump towards the downside. Our altcoins did a 50% dump towards the downside. So that was pretty brutal. When Bitcoin only does a 3% dump, our altcoins take a bigger hit. So this scenario 2 we have right here, if this actually plays out, this would be more brutal to our altcoin bags or our altcoin portfolios, because my scenario 2 is targeting a Bitcoin dump towards $52,200. Now, why do I think so? Why is scenario 2 targeting a dump to $52,200? Now, that is because this is a key level. First of all, this one, this level right here is an order block. You guys can see it. We had consecutive green candles right here, but it got interrupted by a red candle week, and then it was followed by consecutive green candle weeks right after. So this is an order block, and I'm expecting significant support at this level, and it is also a psychological support level. So yeah, this is scenario 2. Scenario 2 is that we still haven't seen the true dump for Bitcoin yet, and we are still about to see the true dump for Bitcoin before the reversal. So yeah, that is scenario 2. Scenario 2 is we are still forming a rounded top right here for Bitcoin in the weekly time frame, and the true dump is yet about to come for Bitcoin, and our target for that dump is at around $52,200. And once we do touch this level, we can scoop up some liquidity right here, which we need. We need that liquidity to push the price back towards the upside to new highs. So that is scenario 2. And scenario 1 is we may be seeing Bitcoin just simply move sideways between the range of around $69,000 and $58,000. That is scenario 1. Scenario 1 is the more bullish case, and we may see Bitcoin essentially trade sideways between support and resistance before moving towards the upside and having that ultimate breakout. But scenario 2 is we may see Bitcoin start to move down even lower and have that true dump towards the downside to scoop up this liquidity right here and have that price reversal towards the upside and put in higher highs. So yeah, these are the two scenarios I'm definitely watching out for right now, and you must look out for too. Be prepared for these two scenarios. So right now, essentially what I'm trying to say is in the short term, we may still be seeing some shakeouts or some flash crashes. But again, like what I'm trying to say right now is do not let this shake you out, because my long-term view for Bitcoin still remains the same. I believe that we are still about to enter one of the biggest opportunities of our life, and getting shaken out right here at this moment is probably a decision that you would regret, because we are, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, all right, I think we are still in the middle of this bull run. I think that there is still more room towards the upside, and my long-term chart or my logarithmic Bitcoin chart is essentially targeting a Bitcoin top at around 150K. Also, I want to tell you guys that we are about to go through one of the biggest bull runs of our life. And if you're serious about making life-changing wealth in this market, you can no longer do this alone. You need a group of people. You need a network of people who would supply you with value, who would supply you with information, and who would help you spot opportunities in this market. And that can only be accessed in my private networking group over in Discord. This is called the Swan Group, where we release weekly market insights and updates. The reason why our members are growing rapidly is because all we do is provide value and help one another elevate in this market. So if you're not in this group yet, you are missing out badly. So be sure to join through the link in the description and act now.